And a very good morning, everyone, as we welcome you to the Collinsville Sports Complex here in Collinsville, Illinois, as we feature doubleheader softball action today as your Collinsville Kahawks play host to the Roxana Shells. I am Todd Duke, and welcome into the broadcast booth and welcome in to the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show. Cullip Jennings Florist is a staple in the Collinsville area, has been for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials, but right now, all you last-minute procrastinators out there, tomorrow is Mother's Day. I know that's a shock to you, but in case you are one of those last-minute people and you have waited until the very last minute to do anything, well, today is the last minute, kids. 344-0404. Cullip Jennings can help get you out of that last-minute hole with Mother's Day hanging on the line. If you want to check out what they have to offer before you head on down or make that phone call, check out everything they have to offer at CullipJennings.com. Collinsville comes into this contest with an overall record of 20-10. They hit the elusive 20-win mark for the first time in a while. 20-10 regular season overall record. 6-6 they are in Southwestern Conference competition. Roxana, they play in the South Central Conference, and they are 4-4 in conference play, 10-18 overall. Collinsville is coming off a win last night over Triad, a 6-3 victory that gave them their 20th win on the year. The last game for Roxana was a loss Thursday at Carrollton, 11-6 for their 5th loss in a row. So these two teams getting ready to head into postseason play. Matter of fact, Roxana, last 2 games here today before their postseason begins Tuesday of next week. Collinsville still has 3 games remaining on the schedule as they get ready for postseason play that starts on the 23rd of May. We had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Brett Swip. We'll pass that conversation along to you next as the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show continues right here on the Kahok Sports Network. And we welcome you back into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are back at the Collinsville Sports Complex. We're here for doubleheader softball action today as your Kahawks host the Shells of Roxana. And joining us now is Collinsville head coach Brett Swip. Coach, picked up win number 20 last night by defeating the Triad Knights. First, congratulations on the 20th win. That's always exciting to hit that 2-0 mark, especially after just netting 14 last year.
Yeah, we're on the uptick. You know, we're heading in the right direction, and that's, you know, we look for trends, and it's a good trend. We're you know, a lot of the teams that we lost to last year, we're beating this year and competing, getting a couple more conference wins, and so ultimately we're trying to make sure we're heading in the right direction going into regionals.
And speaking of regionals, that schedule came out. I was a little bit surprised. I thought you guys would garner more around maybe a 4 seed.
Yeah, you know, it's tough because nobody knows exactly what Griffin, you know, Sacred Heart Griffin's in our conference our regional, and they dominate their conference up in central Illinois. So nobody really knows, you know, what that means because the level of competition is hard to gauge. And then, you know, we were tied with Alton, basically. We tied as the 5th seed with Alton, and prior to this week, they had beaten us in the first conference game. So they got that, they got the head-to-head. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. You got to beat the same teams to get through. We want to win a regional, and we got to beat, you know, a lot of good teams in our conference. So it'll be O'Fallon, and then we'll probably see, you know, Bevel East, and then either Granite or West.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far into the future to talk about facing O'Fallon, but this is a team, you know, obviously they're a Southwestern Conference team, so you see them twice a year. So your thoughts on facing the Panthers in the first round?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they're a good team. We just recently played them, and they beat us. And it's that's the tough thing of our regional. Is that we face the conference teams 3 times. And our conference is strong. I mean, of the 10 losses that we have, I think 8 of them are through, something of that nature, some are through conference teams. I mean, so they're strong, and you got to beat them, though. That's what you got to do. That's what we've been preparing for. We've been making our schedule stronger this year. We're making it stronger again next year because you got to be playing good ball when you get to regionals.
All right, the game, all sports in general are about numbers, but no more than baseball and softball for that matter. Are you a numbers guy?
A little bit. I'm more of an eye guy. I'm a scouter versus an analytics guy. But there's certain things I look at when we're building lineups to on base percentage, OPS, stuff like that. So there's a few things we look at, but maybe not as much as Bernie Michaelis or somebody like that.
All right, so taking that into consideration, when you sit down and you look at your numbers, what's the one number that stands out to you that you would like to see changed?
How many runs we give up. We score a lot, but we want to clean up our defense. We want to clean up. We want to clean up the number of 2-strike hits that we give up, the number of 2-out runs that score against us. You want to be on the other side of that. You want to score 2-out runs. You want to get 2-out hits. We score quite a bit of runs, so I would say our offense has definitely been one of our positives this year. Defense, and we got to clean it up.
All right, you have Roxana today here for a doubleheader. I remember going out there last year and doing the 2 games out there. Man, what a slugfest that was. Runs galore in both games.
Yeah, they got, they have some hitters in the middle of the lineup. One of their seniors, Phoebe Boer, she's one of the better hitters in the area. She's going to Milliken to play college ball. And Abby Stahlhut, I'm sure she bats number 3 in the order. She's a junior this year, and she's one of the best hitters in Southern Illinois. So, yeah, I mean, we have to pitch well. And then we're just going to have to, we're going to have to do what we do on offense and keep staying ahead of them.
Are you happy with the progression your team's making as you get ready to, 3 games left after today to head into the playoffs?
Yeah, last night was a really enjoyable game to watch. We got off to a little bit of a slow start, and kids kept fighting and really had a great approach, in the 5th and 6th and 7th inning. And, we have a lot of team chemistry right now, and so we're excited. It's one of the first years that we don't have the play-in game of the regional. So we're happy. We got 2 games to win a regional instead of 3 games to win a regional. So 20 wins. Things are feeling pretty good, and it's beautiful out here. We have people like yourself that are supporting us, and so yeah, it's a good day to be a Kahok.
Good day to play, too. Go get them, Coach.
All right, thank you, Todd.
That is Coach Brett Swip of the Collinsville Lady Kahok softball team. We'll take a break here on the Caleb Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw the starting lineups for Game 1 at you, and then we'll have first pitch, all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. And once again, we welcome you back into the Caleb Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. It is senior day here at the Collinsville Sports Complex, and Riley Hindall is the only senior on the team this year that is receiving recognition, and she is receiving that right now as she is down here giving her little speech to the crowd after she just received a bunch of gifts, along with her family right down there on the third base line with her number 10 on the field. Her mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and siblings are all here, so a very nice gesture for the Collinsville senior as we are just about ready to begin play here as soon as we get through the senior activities. Let's talk about this game just a little bit. Let's talk about Collinsville first. Collinsville lost 3 in a row only one time this year, and only one time have they lost 2 in a row. So they have had an outstanding season. One time this year, they had winning streaks of 6 games, then of 5 games, and they've had a winning streak of 2 games. They're currently riding a 3-game win streak. They won 6-3 at Alton, and then a triad game last night, and then they're a 22-0 win at home versus East St. Louis. The 6-3 win over Triad last night was the team's 20th win of the year. They won 14 games last year. The last time the team had 20-plus wins was in 2011. That was when Cindy Kolda was the head coach of the softball program, and her team went 25-11. 25 is the highest amounts of win for any head coach in Collinsville softball history. So if things go right, Coach Brett Swip could eclipse that mark. If they win 2 games here today, of course, that gives them 22. 3 games left on the regular season. You win out there, that gives you 25. And then if you can win your first regional playoff game, well, there's your 26th, and Coach Swip would have the lead in the department of most wins in a season by a Kahok softball coach. But that's still a little ways off, so we won't get ahead of ourselves. 21 was the other number. Cindy Kolda's team back in 2015 won 21 games. Pete Hoffman's team back in 05 and 06 both won 21 games. And Stan Schaefer back in 1992 won 21 games. So you have the 4 teams that had 21 wins and then the 125-win season of 2011. And Coach Swip and his team here trying to maybe surpass that. Remaining games coming up for Collinsville. They have Granite City Tuesday. We will be here for that game. They're at Edwardsville on Thursday, and then versus Highland on Friday. That's the last game of the regular season before the Girls Open Playoffs versus O'Fallon at the Belleville West Regionals on the 23rd of May. For Roxana, they started off 0-5, then they won their next 3 games. They lost 2 in a row, and then they won 6 of their next 8. Since then, however, a 7-0 win over Pana on April the 24th. The team has gone 1-9 in their last 10 games, and these are the last 2 games of the year as they open Class 2A playoff play this Tuesday at Gordon Moore Park in Alton. They are the 5 seed, and the only Southwestern Conference team that Roxana played this year was Alton, and the Shells suffered a 15-5 loss at Alton on that day, and they lost Thursday at Carrollton 11-6 for their 5th loss in a row. These 2 teams did play last year, doubleheader at Roxana. We did both of those games for you. Game number 1, Collinsville won that one 15-7. Kahoks had an 8-run 4th inning. Maddie Lautz went 3 for 5 with a double in that game. She was also the winning pitcher of record, having pitched all 7 innings, giving up just 2 earned runs out of the 7 that the Shells put across the board. She had 5 strikeouts and a walk. Game 2, Collinsville lost that one 12-10. Hannah Scrum went 2 for 5 in that game with 3 RBIs. Other than that, Collinsville swept the doubleheader in 2016. They played only 1 time in 2015 and 1 time in 2014. And over all those games, Collinsville is 5-1. The only loss was in the 2nd game of that doubleheader last year. Here are your starting lineups as the 2 head coaches, Brett Swip and Mike Arbonat, be at home plate to exchange their lineup cards. We'll begin with Roxana. They'll come up to the plate first. Maddie Klaus is the catcher. She'll bat first. Letty Palin plays second base and bats second. Abby Stahlhut is the shortstop and bats third. Phoebe Boer will be in the pitcher circle, and she will bat fourth. Olivia Stangler plays third base and bats fifth. In the number 6 spot, number 6, Reagan Stahlhut. She'll hold down duties in center field. Left field, that belongs to Lindsay Scroggins. She will bat 7th. Stephanie Camp bats 8th. She is the designated player and will be batting for the right fielder, Shaylin Poor. And then Taylor Pickett rounds out the starting 9 for Roxana, and she will be playing first base. For Collinsville, Elizabeth Sauer will lead off. She'll play center field. R.J. Simpson will play first base and bat second. Maddie Lautz in the pitcher circle batting third. Behind the plate, Riley Doyle batting fourth. Sam Brakebill in the number 5 spot. She's the designated player today. She'll be batting for shortstop Darby Tarrant. Belle Marsala plays third base and bats sixth. Heather Martinez bats seventh and plays second base. Riley Hindall, the senior being honored here today, plays right field and bats eighth. And Hannah Scrum bats ninth and plays left field. Our final break coming up as we thank all the fine folks at Cullip Jennings Florist in Collinsville for sponsoring our pregame show here today. 517 West Clay Street. Busy place today, I'm sure, with Mother's Day tomorrow. If you would like to find out if they have any flowers left, call 344-0404. I'm sure they do. And you can check out all the beautiful arrangements they have at CullipJennings.com. Back in just a moment. First pitch comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network. And once again, we welcome you back to the Collinsville Sports Complex. Todd Duke with you. Glad you're with us here on a beautiful Saturday morning here in Collinsville. Overcast day. Nice breeze blowing straight out, as a matter of fact. Sometimes it's gusting, so we'll see if that plays any part in today's doubleheader action. Temperatures are expected to be in the upper 80s, so it'll be a very comfortable, at least first game. Maybe a little warm for the second game, but still should be very, very tolerable. Field looks good out here today. Dimensions, a little bit different than most of the area softball fields around here, where most of them are exactly 200 feet in all directions. Here in Collinsville, we have 200 feet down each line, the first and the third base line, 215 to both the left and right center field power alleys, and 225 to straightaway center field. Maddie Louts makes her way out to the pitching circle for Collinsville, and on the year, this is Maddie's 26th game. This is her 20th start on the year. She has 15 complete games, and she brings into today's contest a 13-6 record. She has 133-plus innings pitched. She also has a couple of saves under her belt this year, and a 3.61 earned run average. Maddie has struck out 131 batters in her 133 innings to go along with 39 walks. She has hit 13 batters on the year. She's only given up 4 home runs all year long. And not only that, but she will be a force to be reckoned with at the plate as well. Defensively for Collinsville, we'll start in left field with Hannah Scrum. Elizabeth Sauer is in center field. Riley Hindall over in right field. Belle Marsala at third base. Darby Tarrant at shortstop. Heather Martinez at second base. R.J. Simpson at first base. Riley Doyle is behind the plate and doing the catching of one Miss Maddie Louts. Collinsville coming in, scoring an average of 8.2 runs per game, while Roxana coming in, averaging about 6.6 per game. Defensively, Collinsville giving up about 5.1 runs per game, while Roxana is almost at 8 runs a game at 7.9. Maddie Klaus, the catcher for Roxana, will step into the batter's box from the right side. She will lead things off for the Roxana Shells. They are, of course, the road team. They are dressed in their white trousers, jerseys, blue with white down the sides, Shells written across the fronts of their jerseys, and that is in yellow and orange, as well as the numbers on their back. First pitch is in there for a strike, and we are underway. Klaus on the year, batting .461 with 12 runs batted in. She has 8 doubles for her extra base hits, but no triples and no home runs on the year, as Louts misses with the next pitch, and we are now even at 1-1. This one's a little high. Ball 2. 2-1. It'll be Maddie Klaus, Letty Palin, and Abby Stallhut. If anyone can get on, the pitcher, Phoebe Boer, will get a chance to bat. Collinsville dressed in their purple trousers, white jerseys, Kahoks in purple letters written across the fronts of their jerseys, and numbers on the backs are in purple. Louts falls behind Klaus to start things off here, 3-1. Here comes the next pitch. It's in the dirt. And a leadoff walk for Maddie Klaus will put a runner on base for Roxana here right off the bat. That'll bring up Letty Palin. Palin batting .224 on the year with 8 runs batted in. She also bats from the right side. And Maddie Klaus will receive a courtesy runner. That is Ariel Turner-Miller, the courtesy runner at first base. First pitch on the way to Palin from Louts. High. Runner bluffs to go and then scrambles back to first base as Simpson was charging in for the bunt play. Martinez went over to cover first, and Turner-Miller almost caught in no man's land there. Louts ready with the next pitch. It is a bunt, but it's a bunt foul, so that'll even the count at 1-1. Very busy place out here at the Collinsville Sports Complexes today. There is a game on every baseball diamond taking place right now. Roxana does not have a junior varsity team, so the junior varsity Kahoks get the day off. Here's the 1-1 pitch and a swing, or excuse me, a strike call to throw down to first base, and back in time is Turner-Miller. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count now to Letty Palin. Roxana, second baseman. Here's the next pitch. Outside. Runner does not go, but a snap throw down there, and the runner back in safely once again. Riley Doyle showing that arm strength on back there behind the plate. For you Roxana fans watching for the first time, we have a stationary camera, so I'm sorry, but the left side of the field is kind of cut off. There's a foul, and that one is going to drop down before it gets out of play, but also before anyone wearing purple and white could get there. So anything happens third base, left field, even the extreme right field corner, you just have to rely on the description of your play-by-play man. That would be me. My name's Todd Duke. Glad you're with us here on a Saturday. Game 1 of 2 scheduled. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul ball back here over the broadcast booth. And the count remains 2-2. Maddie Klaus received a walk. She's the catcher, so she received a courtesy runner, and that is Ariel Turner-Miller down there at first base right now. Second batter of the game, Letty Palin. Awaits the 3-2 high all the way back to the screen. And that should be ball 4, shouldn't it? No? Ball 3, okay. I was off by 1. At any rate, the ball all the way back to the screen on a wild pitch. Puts the runner at second base. No one out. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a little one bouncer to Martinez. Over to Simpson at first for out number 1. As Turner-Miller makes her way over to third. Here is Abby Stallhut. Stallhut, the leading batter for the Shells. Batting .563 on the year. She has 44 runs batted in, and she has hit 10 home runs this year. And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, she had a home run in that game we did last year too, right? Walk-off home run, yes. In the second game. She looks at the first one on the outside corner, called strike 1. Runner just 60 feet away. 1 out, top of the first. Pitch. That one's just a little too far off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball outside. And Louts out in front of Stallhut. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Runner at third base, 1 out. Louts shakes her head yes to the sign from Doyle. Brings it, swing and a miss. Stallhut, one of the best hitters in the area, down on strikes. Big strikeout there. Now an out will get you out of the inning with no runs scored. So it's up to Phoebe Boer. Boer comes in as the second best hitter on her team, having hit .477 thus far. 46 runs batted in, so 2 more runs batted in than Stallhut, and 1 more home run than Stallhut, as Boer has 11 and swings through the first offering from Louts. Louts finding her groove here after a walk to the leadoff batter, Maddie Klaus. Here's the 0-1, swinging and a miss. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning with no damage done. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got her to swing through all 3 of them. That's the way to battle back from that leadoff walk. So in the inning, no runs across, no hits, and no errors. 1 runner left on base. We head to the home half of the first. No score. Let's thank Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville. Rich has everything from hi-fi to hi-fi. Yeah, got vinyl? If not, Rich's Record Emporium does. Great place to start your album collection. If you need a turntable, they sell those as well. Record-wise, though, remastered originals, new used records, they have them all. Country, jazz, classic rock, and more. 131 West Main Street in Collinsville is where you will find Richard's Record Emporium. Online, richesrecordemporium.com or call 200-9287. Top of the first, Roxana received a leadoff walk, and that runner made it all the way over to third, but not any farther than that. Nice job by Maddie Lout striking out the final two batters, two of the top two hitters in the area. It'll be Lizzie Sauer leading things off here for Collinsville. Sauer playing center field today, batting .316 on the year with 3 runs batted in. First pitch from Phoebe Boer is a ball. Boer on the year. This is her 24th appearance, her 11th start. 93 innings pitched thus far, and an ERA of 3.76. Next pitch to Sauer, swinging a chance for the shortstop, Abby Stallhut. She's up with it, and across for out number 1. Boer, 62 strikeouts to 42 walks. She has given up 10 home runs this year, so she will give up the long ball. And the next batter she will face is R.J. Simpson. Simpson batting .381 on the year. She has a couple of home runs, does Simpson, and 19 runs batted in. Swinging a shot down the first base line, but foul. Defensively here for Roxana, Scroggins in left field. Reagan Stallhut's at center. Poor is in right field. Stangler at third. Abby Stallhut at short. Palin's at second base. Pickett at first base. Klaus is behind the plate. And Phoebe Boer in the pitching circle. 0-1 the count to R.J. Simpson. Maddie Louts waits on deck. Swing and a miss. R.J. Simpson. If Simpson or Louts can get on, Riley Doyle will have a chance to bat here in this bottom of the first. Simpson in an 0-2 hole. Boer ready. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a high fly ball. This one is going to drop down in foul territory before Shaylin Poor can get there. And now Palin at second base is telling Poor to move over closer to the line. Another 0-2 pitch coming to Simpson. Swinging another ground ball down the first base line. If anything, she's consistent, keeping everything on the right side. Simpson digs back in from the left side. The right-hander Boer delivers. Swinging a chance for the second baseman. Palin has it go off of her glove and into the outfield. So R.J. Simpson will reach on an error. And Collinsville will have their first base runner, and Maddie Louts will come up with a runner at first base. Maddie Louts, the best hitter on her team, .427 average coming in. 23 runs batted in. She has 1 home run. Handful of doubles and triples to go along with all of her 35 base hits. Now the ball gets away from the catcher, Klaus, just right down at her ankles, but long enough for Riley Simpson to go down to second base. So Louts up there with a 1-0 count in her favor. This one's outside, but it hits the corner. Called strike 1. 1-1. 1 out, runner at second base. Bottom of the first, no score. Collinsville trying to change that here. Here's the next pitch to Louts. Swinging a little spinner that just sits out in front of home plate and just spins there for a while. Klaus picks it up and throws Louts out at first base. And just like the Shells, Collinsville has a runner at third base and 2 outs. Actually, Roxana had their runner at third base with 1 out and could not advance the runner. And here is Riley Doyle with a chance to score the game's first run. Doyle, a .282 hitter on the year, looks at one in the dirt. It bounces, but a nice job by Klaus to get a part of her body on that ball to keep it right at home plate. Doyle, .282 hitter, 1 home run, 17 runs batted in on the year. Collinsville catcher awaits the next. This one's a strike on the inside corner. That'll even the count at 1-1. R.J. Simpson down at third base. She reached on an error. Made it down to second on a passed ball. Went over to third on a ground out by Lout. She stands down there with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. And Doyle now in a 1-2 hole. Booher ready. Here is the pitch. Swinging a foul ball that'll keep Doyle alive. Sam Brakebill waits on deck in case Doyle can extend the inning. Next pitch on the way. Swinging a chance for an RBI, and that's exactly what happens as Doyle plants one just past the outstretched glove of Abby Stallhut. At shortstop, we have our first run and our first hit, and it belongs to the Kahawks, 1-0.
First runner for the catcher, 24, Adriana Hall.
Adriana Hall will come in and courtesy run for Riley Doyle.
21, Sam Brakebill.
And Sam Brakebill comes to the plate now with a runner on first, and Collinsville ahead 1-0. Brakebill on the year, batting .389 with 13 runs batted in. Swing and a miss through the first one. Adriana Hall, courtesy runner at first base. Does not go. Pitches outside. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count to Riley Doyle, or excuse me, to Sam Brakebill. Doyle with an RBI single. Collinsville leads 1-0. Brakebill, the designated player here in the first game. Swings right into the glove of Stangler at third base, and her throw over to first is in time. And the inning comes to a close. But Collinsville pushes a run across on one base hit, one left. We head to the top of the second. Kahawks lead 1-0. Let's thank Marshall's Transmission in Collinsville. At Marshall's Transmission, they know how much of a hassle it is dealing with a broken transmission. That's why the friendly and trustworthy staff at Marshall's can help with all of your transmission troubles. Marshall's Transmission handles all types of vehicles. Just bring it into Marshall's. They will thoroughly inspect the problem, and they will give you an honest quote. Marshall's Transmission, 263 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or you can call 345-1930. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks push across the run. That run, the direct result of an error. So it's an unearned run for Boer, but at any rate, the Roxana Shells find themselves trailing 1-0. Middle of the order coming up, Olivia Stangler, Reagan Stallhut, and Lindsay Scroggins. Olivia Stangler comes in batting .434. First pitch she sees from Louts, popped up behind home plate, but Doyle could not get there in time to make the catch. Stangler, 30 runs batted in on the year, 1 home run. As Roxana has 5 girls in double digits as far as RBIs are concerned, led by Boer's 46. Here comes the 0-1 inside. Ball 1. 1-1. Stangler, right-handed batter. Waits the next pitch from Matty Louts, the right-handed pitcher. That one's right down the middle. Called strike 2, 1-2. This is Roxana's final tune-ups. They play Tuesday in their playoff opener as the next pitch misses high. They play Piasaw Southwestern Tuesday from Gordon Moore Park in Alton, as Alton Marquette is the host for that regional. Here's a single up the middle for Stangler. First base hit of the game for the Shells, and that'll bring up Reagan Stallhut, the center fielder. Reagan Stallhut, 213 batter, 10 runs batted in, as she is one of the 5 into double digits as far as runs batted in are concerned. And a pitch high and outside. Stangler not going anywhere, but Doyle was ready to spring up and throw one down the first with Martinez covering, because Simpson has moved in on the corner at first base for a possible bunt, as has Marsala at third. Here's the pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The runner at first base, Stangler. Here's the pitch, bunt, right at home plate, picked up by Simpson. She throws down to first base, not in time. Stallhut beats it out. That'll bring up Lindsey Scroggins, the left fielder, with runners on first and second and no one out. Scroggins on the year, a 196 batter with 4 runs batted in. And now Matty Louts and Collinsville in a little bit of trouble here in the top of the second inning. Another bunt. This one's right at home plate again, picked up by Belle Marsala. Her throw to first base is in time. The runners move up, or is it not in time? Nope, it is. Runners move up. So a sacrifice bunt for 1 out.
Now batting for Roxana, designated player number 18, Stephanie Camp.
Here's Stephanie Camp. Camp on the year, batting .273. She squares around a bunt. She fouls it right at the feet of Riley Doyle. .273, 3 runs batted in, 1 home run on the year for the designated player in this game number 1 for the Roxana Shells, Stephanie Camp. She has runners at second and third and 1 out. That pitch misses inside. 1-1 the count. Louts ready with the next pitch. Here it is. Ball inside. 2-1. Stangler's on at third. Stallhut's on at second. 1 out. Collinsville leads 1-0, but that lead in jeopardy right now. Next pitch to Camp. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. First base is open, but I'm sure Louts is trying not to walk Camp. With the number 9 hitter in the order, Pickett on deck. Pitch, foul. Nice snag over there by R.J. Simpson at first base, but she got it just in foul territory. So it's a full count to Stephanie Camp. Runners on at second and third. 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. It's in the dirt. Second walk issued on the afternoon or on the morning by Louts. And that loads the bases for Taylor Pickett, the first baseman. Pickett on the year, a .216 batter with 3 runs batted in. And 3 of her teammates occupy all the bases out there on the field. 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Pickett. Swing and a miss. Boy, Matty Louts could use a strikeout here. Louts ready with the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Got her with the high heat. May have been a foul tip. No pitch. Okay, I'm kind of confused. There's no runner at first base now. And back to the screen it goes. And not able to advance was Olivia Stangler. Apparently, they have called Stephanie Camp out at first base for leaving early, so now there's 2 outs in the inning. And now a 1-1 count against the batter and a pitch high. So that helps Collinsville's case out here a bit. And now Coach Swip wants to call a timeout and go out and talk things over with his pitcher and his infielders. That'll give us a chance to thank the City of Collinsville. You can check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page for information on upcoming events in the city. And the next thing they have on their list, of course, is the Movies on Main. That gets underway on June the 9th with Despicable Me 3. That'll be followed up on June the 23rd by the Lego Ninja Movie. And if you would like information on the rest of the schedule, they have already made out through July and August. All you need to do is check out the City of Collinsville's Facebook page. City of Collinsville's proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and they wish all district athletes good luck this upcoming sports season, or this sports season. Almost done with the sports season is what we are. Almost finished. Back to action. Strike. Two and two the count to Taylor Pickett. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. And that will bring a close to the inning with no damage done. We head now to the bottom of the second. Collinsville still leading 1-0. Let's thank my friend Peyton Blaylock with RE/MAX Alliance. Peyton wants you to know that it's okay to buy and sell real estate. Mortgage rates are still at all-time lows. No one knows any of that stuff better than Peyton Blaylock with RE/MAX Alliance. You can call Peyton today at 780-4622 or online, PeytonBlaylock@remax.net. Belle Marsala leads off the second inning here for Collinsville and lofts one foul down the third base side. It'll be Marsala, Heather Martinez, and Riley Hindall, if anyone can get on. The number 9 hitter in the order, Hannah Scrum, will have a chance to bat. Marsala on the year, batting .380. 6 runs batted in. Missed a big chunk of time after taking a line drive off the chin. Next pitch, a little bit low, ball 1, 1-1. 1-0, Collinsville played a run in their half of the first. Here we are in their half of the second. Looking and needing more. Next pitch to Marsala. She swings right through it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Boer ready with the next. Here it is. Swing and a miss on a pitch outside. Down on strikes is Belle Marsala. First strikeout on the day for Phoebe Boer, and that'll bring up Heather Martinez. Martinez, a .329 hitter on the year. 20 runs batted in. First pitch to her, outside, ball one. First of two that we have scheduled for you today. This one got underway just a little bit after 10 o'clock, scheduled for 10. Next game scheduled to start at noon. That all depends on this game. Here's the little pop fly that's going to get over Abigail Stallhut's head at shortstop. And the second base hit of the afternoon for Collinsville belongs to Heather Martinez.
Right fielder, number 10,
Here's the senior, Riley Hindall, batting .263 on the season. Stands in from the left side with Heather Martinez on at first. Here's the pitch. Bunt attempt and a called strike for Hindall. Hannah Scrum waits on deck. Hindall steps back in. Boer ready to go. High. Hindall took the bat back, and the count now even at 1-1. Boer. Ready with the 1-1. Here it is. It's high again. Hindall squaring around to bunt. Wants to give up the out. But so far, Boer has thrown a couple of the last two very high in the strike zone. Two-one pitch on the way to Hindall. Swing and a chance for Palin at second. She tosses it over to Pickett at first for out number 2. Martinez moves down to second base on the play. And it will bring up Hannah Scrum. Hannah batting .197 on the year, 4 runs batted in. Scrum, the sophomore, bunts right down, and it goes right back to the pitcher's circle, and there is no play for anyone to make. Stangler came from third base and got the ball. Well, now they're going to decide if the ball hit her while she was in the, or out of the batter's box. Nope, they're going to say it's a base hit. So Scrum bunts her way on for the third base hit of the afternoon. Down to third is Heather Martinez, and back to the top of the order, and Liz Sauer. Sauer grounded out to Abby Stallhut at shortstop to start off the bottom of the first inning for Collinsville. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. Sauer awaits the first from Boer. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Boer took a little off. Sauer swung underneath. 0-1 pitch from Boer to Sauer on the way. Swinging a pop fly. That one's going to drop down maybe, and it is. It's going to go over the head of the center fielder, Reagan Stallhut. Martinez scores. Coming all the way from first is Scrum, and safe at third base is Liz Sauer with a 2 RBI triple. Collinsville leads 3-1. Big at bat there for Elizabeth Sauer. That'll bring up R.J. Simpson. Simpson looks at one high and outside. Simpson reached on an error and came around to score in the first inning to give Collinsville their 1-0 lead. 2 more added on here in the second. Kahawks lead 3-0. Next pitch to Simpson, swinging a high fly ball. That one had home run distance, big-time home run distance, but that was pulled foul, as that ball was probably hit 250 feet down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Runner at third, 2 out, swinging. There's a high fly ball. This one's going back out to right field and over the fence for a 2-run home run for R.J. Simpson, her 3rd long ball of the year.
Home run, R.J. Simpson.
R.J. Simpson makes it 5-0 in favor of Collinsville. And the Kahawks have exploded for 4 runs here in this inning, all coming with 2 outs.
Number 20, Maddie Louts.
Here comes Maddie Louts. She tried to bunt and sacrifice Simpson over to third base. She did just that and was thrown out by the catcher as that ball just sat at home plate and had a little spinning action to it. Louts grounds the ball to Stallhut at short. She's up with it. And over in time, the inning comes to a close, but not before 4 runs come across on 3 base hits plus a triple and a home run. We head now to the 3rd inning. Collinsville on top, 5-0. Time to thank the Collinsville Education Association. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page. Back to the top of the order here in the top of the 3rd inning for Roxana. Maddie Klaus, Letty Palin, and Abby Stallhut. They will face Maddie Louts as the Shells trail 5-0. 1 run in the first for Collinsville, 4 runs in the just completed 2nd. Klaus walked, made it all the way over to third, but was left there in her first at bat to start off the day's festivities as she looks at one low and outside for ball 1. Louts brings the next and a chance for Tarrant at shortstop. And the Collinsville shortstop throws out the Roxana catcher. 6-3 on the play, 1 out. That'll bring up Letty Palin. Palin grounded out to Heather Martinez, her first time up. Louts is ready to go. First pitch, a little high, ball 1. Louts gets the sign from Doyle, brings it in, and it's inside. Ball 2. 2-0. Letty Palin, second baseman for Roxana, wears number 1 on the back of her jersey. Next pitch to her from Louts, up high, ball 3. Louts has issued a couple of walks in this game already. There's a strike as Palin was taken all the way. She also has recorded 3 strikeouts. Averaging 6.8 strikeouts per game. And there's ball 4 to Palin, so a runner aboard. Shells have had a runner aboard in every inning, but have been unable to bring one across home plate as of yet. And here comes Abby Stallhut, one of those strikeout victims, her first time up. So runner on first, that's Palin. Stallhut waits the first from Louts. Swing and a foul ball. Out of play. Down the first base side. Stallhut ready for the next from Louts. Swing and a miss. Right around the eyes, that pitch was to Stallhut. Seems to like that high pitch. He swung through a couple of those in that strikeout in the first inning. One out here. Top of the third, 5-0 in favor of Collinsville. Runner on at first base, one out. And a pitch right back to where it came from. Louts throws over to second for one. Terrence not going to get there in time for the return throw for the double play. But the lead runner is gone. Well, they say that she was pulled off the bag, so everybody's safe. So now runners on first and second. Here is Phoebe Boer. Boer was a strikeout victim as Lout struck out the final two hitters she faced in the first. Now she's in a little bit of a jam again with one out here in the top of the third. Collinsville up 5-0, but runners on first and second here for Roxana. Next pitch to Boer. That hits the outside corner. Boer from the right side awaits the next from Louts. Swing and a chance for Tarrant at shortstop. She's up with it, throws over to first for one to make sure she gets at least one out. And there are now two outs in the inning, and up steps Olivia Stangler, who registered the first base hit for Roxana. That led off the second. That was followed by a Reagan Stallhut base hit, so Roxana had the first two runners on in the second inning, still could not get anyone across. Runners at second and third now. First pitch misses. Ball one to the third baseman for Roxana, Olivia Stangler. Louts has her sign from Doyle. Here's the next pitch. Swinging a high fly ball out to center field. On the run is Sauer. It's over her head. 2 runs are going to score easily as the throw comes in. Olivia Stangler is down at second base with a stand-up 2 RBI double. Boy, getting pulled off that bag at second base for that out really hurts. As if not, Boer would have been the third out of this inning. First pitch is a called strike into Reagan Stallhut. Stallhut singled and was stranded at second her first time up. Runner on at second base. Foul ball at home plate. 0-2 now the count to Reagan Stallhut. Next pitch to the center fielder. Outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Doyle wants to call a timeout and go out and have a word with her pitcher. 2 runs home here in the third inning for Roxana. Runner at second base is Olivia Stangler. She's there with 2 outs. And it's an 0-2 count to Reagan Stallhut. We're in the top of the third. Collinsville out front 5-2. Next pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Ball 2, 2-2. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Reagan Stallhut to end the inning. 4th strikeout in the afternoon for Maddie Louts, but Roxana pushes a couple of runs across the plate on one key 2 RBI double by Olivia Stangler. We head now to the home half of the third. Collinsville still out front, 5-2. Riley Doyle leads things off here in the bottom of the third. Foul ball down the third base side. Doyle singled. And singled in R.J. Simpson in the first inning for the day's first run. So an RBI single for Riley Doyle. She was stranded at first after that. Next pitch from Boer on the way. Swinging a high fly ball. This one's on the infield and at third base. Stangler makes the catch for out number one. That'll bring up Sam Brakebill. Brakebill grounded out to Stangler her first time up. Boer ready to go. They're in on the corners, expecting a bunt from number 21. Sam Brakebill, today's designated player in this first game of two. First pitch misses. And the 1-0 on the way, up high, ball 2, 2-0. Next pitch misses inside, ball 3, 3-0. Boer trying to throw a strike here. Does so, and it comes right back through the pitching circle and into center field. Brakebill is on base for the first time this afternoon as the Kahawks pick up hit number 6. That'll bring up Belmar Sala, a strikeout victim, her first time up. Marsala up there with 1 out. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Pickett playing in, expecting a bunt at first base with Palin running to cover first. But swinging a foul ball off of the bat of Belmar Sala. All indications are that she's not up there bunting. 5-2. Collinsville leads by 3. Kahawks with a run in the first, 4 in the second. Roxana pushed across 2 in the third. Here we are in the bottom of the third, and there's a called strike to Marsala. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to the Kahawk third baseman. Next pitch, swinging a base hit down the third base line. Stopping at second, Sam Brakebill. Back-to-back hits by Collinsville has put runners on first and second for Heather Martinez. Martinez singled and scored in that 4-run second inning. Martinez now up there with runners on first and second and 1 out. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Both runners are going to move up. That was a wild pitch. That bounced about 1.5 feet in front of home plate. Then it bounced off of Klaus. And that allowed Brakebill to move up to third and Marsala to second. So now runners at second and third and 1 out. Opportunity here for Martinez to collect a couple of runs batted in. Here's the pitch up high. Ball 2, 2-0. Boer looks into Klaus, has her sign, brings it. A little foul tip that stays up at home plate, rolls back to the screen. 2-1 now the count to Heather Martinez, the Kahawks' second baseman. Belmar Sala is at second base. Sam Brakebill is at third. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swinging another foul. Count stays even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch from Boer on the way. Up high, 3-2. First base is open. Riley Hindall waits on deck. There's the next pitch. Swinging another foul ball back to the screen. Count remains 3-2. And we'll do it again. Here's another 3-2 pitch, swinging another foul. Martinez staying alive. We're in the bottom of the third. Collinsville leading 5-2, looking for more runs. They have runners at second and third, 2 outs, or 1 out, excuse me, and now bases are loaded. And 1 out as Martinez battled her way to a walk and takes first base. That's the first walk issued here this morning by Phoebe Boer, and now Riley Hindall will come to the plate, but not before having a conversation with head coach Brett Swip, right in the middle between third base and home plate. Hindall grounded out to Palin at second base her first time up, and now the infield way in. Palin is almost even with the pitcher. Outside. Ball 1. Bases full of Kahawks. Riley Hindall could help the cause here. They're playing shallow in the outfield as well. If she can get a hold of one, we could clear the bases. Next pitch to Hindall. Outside, ball 2. Hannah Scrum, the 9th place batter for Collinsville, waits on deck. Hindall up there with the count in her favor at 2-0. Bases are full of Kahawks. Boer shakes off the first sign, accepts the second, and brings it, and almost hit Hindall. 3-0 now. Boer threatening to walk in a run here. Next pitch to Hindall. Taking all the way. Took strike. 3-1. 3-1 pitch from Boer to Hindall. On the way. Swinging a foul ball down the third base side. Full count. 1 out in the inning. We're in the top of the third. 5-2. Collinsville leads. We'll do it again with the 3-2. Here it is. Swinging another foul ball. That one hit in foul territory first and then rolled in fair territory down the first base side. That was probably ball 4 that Hindall swung at. That was low and inside. She barely got it off the handle of the bat. And here comes another 3-2 from Boer. Swinging another foul ball. So now Hindall staying alive. Another 3-2 pitch from Boer to Hindall on the way. Swinging another foul ball straight back to the screen. Hindall and Martinez making Boer work here in this inning. Both of them fouling off a number of pitches to stay alive. Martinez stayed alive long enough to receive a walk. She's down at first. Marcella at second. Breakbill at third. High pop fly. Shallow center field. Center fielder Reagan Stallhut brings it in and throws it home. And everyone stays put. That's going to leave things up to Hannah Scrum. Scrum singled and scored. Her first time up, she came around all the way from first base on a triple by Liz Sauer. Sauer later came home on a 2-run home run by R.J. Simpson. But right now it's up to Hannah Scrum. Bases full of Kahawks, 2 outs. Boer ready with the pitch. Here it is. Swinging a foul ball right on top of the broadcast booth here. 0-1. Booher has a new ball. She's ready. Here's the 0-1 to scrum. It bounces about 2 feet in front of home plate this time. Nice job by Klaus to stop that one and keep that runner at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Hannah Scrum. Next pitch. Swinging a bouncer down the first base side, and it gets past the first baseman Pickett. Had a little spin on it, and it spun right past her glove. 2 runs are going to score, and now an errant throw into the outfield means that Heather Martinez scores all the way from first base, and the Kahawks now lead 8-0. 8-2, excuse me.
Back to the top of the order, center fielder number 14, Lizzie Sauer.
Elizabeth Sauer now up to the plate with Hannah Scrum at second base and 2 outs. Swing and a chance for the shortstop Stahlhut. She comes up with it, throws over to first, but the damage has been done once again as 3 runs come across the plates with 2 outs. We head now to the bottom half, or excuse me, the top half of the 4th. Collinsville up 8-2. Time to thank All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees is your place for custom apparel for your school, your business, your sports team, and more. All Pro Tees offers a variety of services and options, and they'll walk you through that process step by step. They pride themselves in being a local Collinsville business, and they specialize in helping their clients promote and grow that business, all with custom apparel. All Pro Tees right across the street from Kahok Stadium or online, allprotees.com. Call 344-2200. Bottom of the order here for Roxana, Lindsay Scroggins, Stephanie Camp, and Taylor Pickett, if anyone can get on. Back to the top of the order, and Maddie Klaus, as we have arrived into the 4th inning. Collinsville leading 8-2. Maddie Louts back in the pitcher's circle, and the first pitch is in the dirt to Scroggins, who sacrificed herself to move a runner along back in the 2nd inning. Those runners ended up being stranded anyway. Louts ready with another. Here it is. It's high. Ball 2. 2-0. One more game coming your way, scheduled for a noon start. This one's kind of slogging along and going at a snail's pace here. Although it is exciting. We've had 8 Kahawks come across the plate. We've had a triple and a home run. So I would imagine we'll be a little bit behind schedule for the start of that 2nd game. Unless Collinsville can explode for a few more runs in the next inning, and maybe we can get that mercy rule in effect in the 5th inning. Who knows? Still got a long way to go. 3-1 the count to Scroggins, and she fouls one down the first baseline. 3-2. Kendra Butcher warming up down in the Collinsville bullpen. Next pitch, strike 3 call. That hit the inside corner. Scroggins down looking. Fifth strikeout on the afternoon for Louts, and up steps Stephanie Camp, the designated player. She walked her first time up and was left out there. And now Coach Swip, is he going to make a pitching change here? He's looking down to the bullpen, and yes, he is. He is going to take the ball from Maddie Louts. We will step aside for just a moment, let you know about the change. And we'll do that after a brief timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network. Kendra Butcher comes into the game to take over the pitching duties for Maddie Louts. So the book is closed on Maddie. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 1 wild pitch while she was in there. Butcher making her 15th appearance of the year. She got the win last night in relief against Triad. So she is now 6-4 on the year with an 8.43 earned run average. First batter that she faces is Stephanie Camp, and Camp fouls one down the third base side. No one on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th. Collinsville leading 8-2. Butcher, 25 strikeouts against 21 walks on the year. She has given up 3 home runs, and she's hit 12 batters this year as well. Foul ball. 0-2 the count. With another game here today, I'm imagining that Coach Swip just trying to keep things fresh. Maybe, just maybe, he starts Maddie Louts in game number 2 as well. The 0-2 pitch, swinging another foul. Stephanie Camp walked and was stranded at first back in the 2nd inning. Taylor Pickett, the 9 batter in the order for the Roxana Shells, waits on deck. Butcher, the freshman, ready to go. Swinging a pop fly that's a little bit too speedy for Riley Doyle behind home plate to handle before it bounces at the base of the backstop. 2 outs in the inning. Collinsville leading 8-2. We're in the top of the 4th. Butcher, 1 out in the inning. It goes right past her glove and into center field. Camp is on first base with the 4th base hit of the afternoon for Roxana. And it'll be up to Taylor Pickett now. Pickett, a strikeout victim her first time up. Butcher looks into Doyle, has her sign. Pitch, swing, and a chance for a double play, but Tarrant has it bounce off of her glove as she was ready to throw the ball before she could secure the ball. First error committed on the afternoon by Collinsville. Or the morning we still are in, yes. And now runners on at 1st and 2nd with 1 out. And back to the top of the order in Maddie Klaus. Klaus walked and was stranded at third back in the first. And grounded out to Tarrant at shortstop in the third. So 0 for 1 on the afternoon for Maddie Klaus. Now she has runners on at first and second with only one out here in the top of the fourth. Collinsville leading 8-2. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Coach Arbanoff down at third base, flashing the signs. His girls copy. They're ready to go. Here's the next pitch from Butcher. In the dirt. Nice block by Doyle. Runners stay put. Butcher looks into Doyle. Camp leads from second, or not leads, Pickett from first. Swinging a base hit out to center field. One bounce in front of Sauer, and the bases are going to be loaded for Letty Palin. Fifth hit of the afternoon for Roxana loads the bases. Camp at third, Pickett at second, and now Klaus at first. Well, not Klaus at first, as Ariel Turner-Miller will come into courtesy run. And Letty Palin up, grounded out to Heather Martinez back in the first. Walked and scored in the two-run third inning. Bases full of shells. One out in the inning. Butcher brings it, swinging a line drive off of the glove of Simpson at first base. And out over at first. Nice play, Martinez. Backed up Simpson. Got the ball and underhanded it to Simpson before the runner could get there. One run does come across to score, but what a play over there at first base by Martinez and Simpson. Simpson left her feet. Got her glove on that ball just enough to slow it down so Martinez could take care of business. Kind of a weird 4-3 put out. Runners do advance. Pickett down to third. Klaus down to second. Run home here for Roxana. It's now 8-3, 2 outs. Here comes Abby Stallhut. Stallhut struck out in the first against Maddie Lautz, reached on a fielder's choice. Came around to score in that third inning. Swinging a shot right back up through the middle. One run is going to score. They're going to wave in the other one, and there's going to be two more runners come across the plate on a 2 RBI single by Abby Stallhut. Knew you couldn't keep her down for very long.
Batting pitcher number 12, Phoebe Boer.
That'll bring in Phoebe Boer. And an 8-2 game just turned into an 8-5 game. A little bit too far inside for Phoebe Boer. Boer 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout and a ground out. Abby Stallhut over at first base after her 2 RBI single. Brings home runs number 4 and 5. Here's a chance for Tarrant to end the inning. She has it up over and O-U-T. Inning comes to a close, but not before 3 more runners come across the plate here for Roxana. We head now to the bottom of the fourth. It's a little closer. Collinsville still leads, however, 8-5. Time to thank Cafe Agape in Collinsville. Cafe Agape serves up delicious sandwiches, burgers, steaks, and more. They have pork steak Wednesdays, meatloaf on Thursdays, fish every Friday. Cafe Agape also offers a catering service, and you can get Cafe Agape delivered through the to-go delivery app, but you have to wait till Monday. They're only open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They're located at 703 St. Louis Road in Collinsville, or you can call 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Bottom of the fourth, Collinsville still in control, 8-5, as Phoebe Boer is back out onto the mound, or in the circle, excuse me, for inning number 4. And a swing and a miss by R.J. Simpson. Simpson reached on an error and eventually scored in the first inning, then had the big 2-run home run in the second. That went out over the 2:15 mark in right field. Next pitch, misses. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. It'll be Simpson, Matty Louts, and Riley Doyle. I think it may be Matty Louts, and we'll have to wait on that. Nope, Kendra Butcher is in the on-deck circle. Two and one, the count to R.J. Simpson. Boer ready. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. That one may have bounced 3 feet in front of home plate. So a 3-1 count to R.J. Simpson. Swing and a miss. Full count, 3-2. Simpson hit her 3rd home run of the year in the second. A 2-run shot. Swing and a miss. She's down on strikes, but the ball gets away, and Simpson is going to be safe at first base. That'll bring up Kendra Butcher for the first time here this afternoon, or morning, whatever it is for you. Butcher batting .296 on the year, 5 runs batted in. She steps in from the left side. I'm used to doing all games at night. I'm used to saying good morning at work. A little foul will give us a redo for Kendra Butcher. R.J. Simpson on at first base, no one out. Bottom of the fourth, 8-5 in favor of Collinsville. Collinsville has scored a run in every inning thus far. Runner goes, throw is down, and in time for the out. Out number 1. To me, that's a free out anyway. I mean, R.J. Simpson struck out, catcher dropped the ball, and Simpson was on at first because of that. So, in my mind, not that big of a deal. But the bases are now empty. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's high to Kendra Butcher with Riley Doyle waiting on deck. Boer ready. Swing and a miss. Boer took a little off, and Butcher swung right underneath it. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Kendra Butcher. 3rd strikeout on the day for Phoebe Boer, and Riley Doyle steps up to the plate now. Singled and knocked in a run in that 1-run first inning. Popped up just past the third base bag, and Stangler handled that. Back in the 3rd. First pitch is a strike. 0-1 the count to Riley Doyle. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Looks like Phoebe Boer may have found her groove and settled down a bit here. 0-2 the count. And here is the 0-2 pitch to Doyle. Outside and high, ball 1, 1-2. Next pitch, swinging a pop fly on the infield, and the first baseman Pickett steps right in front of Palin and hauls it in for out number 3. Nothing doing in the 4th inning for Collinsville. We head to the top of the 5th. Kahok still up 8-5. Wanted to tell you about a cool thing that the Collinsville Kahok football team is doing today. They have teamed up with Jack Schmidt Ford, and at the high school today, matter of fact, it got underway at 10 o'clock just when we got underway. Lasts until 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you are 18 years or older and you have a valid driver's license, head over to the vocational parking area at the high school today. Take a test drive of a car. When you do, Jack Schmidt Ford will donate $20 to the football team. Pretty cool deal there. Get to test drive a cool car and raise a little bit of money for the Kahok football program. Top of the 5th is where we are here. Middle of the order, Olivia Stangler batting for Roxana, and she fouls one down the third base line that her head coach, Mike Arbanoff, fields without the use of a glove. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Middle of the order, as I mentioned, it'll be Olivia Stangler up now, Reagan Stallhut, and Lindsay Scroggins facing Kendra Butcher. That's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Stangler has singled and doubled here in this game, stranded both times. A 2 RBI double in the third, though, to give Roxana their first 2 runs of this game. There's a little pop fly for Tarrant, but it goes over her head into shallow left center field. Stangler, 3 for 3 on the afternoon. Here's Reagan Stallhut. She singled back in the second but was stranded, and a strikeout victim. One of 5 strikeouts for Maddie Lautz while she was in there for the Kahawks. So runner at first, no one out. Here's a bunt attempt, and swinging right through that bunt was Reagan Stallhut. 0-1, runner at first. That's Olivia Stangler. 8-5. Collinsville leads by 3. Next pitch on the way, outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Game number 1 of a doubleheader today. We'll have both of them for you. We will shut everything down after the first game and then fire everything back up for the second game. So those of you watching will have to do the same thing. That's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Reagan Stallhut. We will not have a post-game show after the first game. We will do that after the conclusion of game 2. Next pitch, outside. Ball 2, 2-2. Need to get some food and some drink in between games. and get lineups for the next game as well. Outside and high, full count now to Reagan Stallhut. Runner on at first, no one down here in the top of the 5th. Collinsville leads 8-5. And these two teams go at it, man. I tell you what, they put up some runs. Next pitch from Butcher to Stallhut. Bouncing ball in front of home plate. Doyle picks it up, throws over to first, not in time. Little infield swinging bunt there for Stallhut. Eighth hit of the afternoon now for the Shells, and here is Lindsey Scroggins. Scroggins sacrificed herself in the 2nd inning and got caught looking at a called 3rd strike back in the 4th. That was the last batter that Maddie Lautz faced. And a nice job by Doyle to keep that outside and low pitch from skipping back to the screen. Stangler on at 2nd, Stallhut on at 1st. Lindsey Scroggins up to the plate. Kahok's in need of a double play ball here. Tying run at the plate now. Collinsville leads 8-5. Swinging a bouncing ball. Simpson will take it herself over to first base. Everybody will advance. Stangler over to 3rd. Stallhut to 2nd. And there is one out for Stephanie Camp. Camp 1 for 1 on the afternoon after receiving a walk in the 2nd. She was stranded at first base and singled and scored in the 4th. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. Taylor Pickett, the 9 batter in the order, waits on deck. One out, runners on 2nd and 3rd. Top of the 5th, 8-5 Collinsville. Up front, here's a shot right through the legs of Butcher. Martinez picks it up, throws over to first base, not in time. Stangler comes around to score from 3rd base. And it's 8-6. Stallhut makes it over to 3rd base, and Coach Swip is going to come out and talk about that play over at first base. I thought she was out. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to win that argument. He made that call from all the way over next to the 3rd base bag, kind of in between 3rd and short. So he's a long way away to make that call, but what are you going to do when you only have 2 umpires? So now, runners on the corners here, and Taylor Pickett comes up to the plate. Strikeout victim in the 2nd, reached and scored on an error in the 4th. First pitch to her. She squares around to bunt, takes it for a strike. Runners stay put. Camp is at first base. Stallhut is at 3rd. Tying run over at 1st. Next pitch to Pickett on the way. Swinging a foul ball. Out of play. 0-2. Opportunities to get out of this have come and gone. Next pitch, swinging a slow roller to Martinez at 2nd. Over to 1st for the out. Another run's going to come across to score. As Stallhut makes it in from 3rd base. Out number 2. Down to 2nd on the play, Camp. And back to the top of the order now, and Maddie Klaus. Klaus swings and misses at the first one. Walked and was stranded at 3rd back in the 1st. A ground out to Tarrant at shortstop back in the 3rd. And she singled and scored in the 4th. 8-7. Just a 1-run game now. Collinsville was up 8-5 when this inning began. They were up 8-2 at one point. And the 1-1 pitch on the way to Klaus, swing and a miss. So Butcher, one strike away from getting out of this inning with the lead still intact for Collinsville. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Camp down at second base. Here's the pitch to Klaus, up high. Ball 2, 2-2. Next pitch, outside, full count. To Matty Klaus. Need an out, get out of this inning. Tying run now down at second, swinging a shot foul down the third base side. We'll do it all over again. Butcher steps back into the circle. Klaus steps back in. Here's the pitch, swinging another foul ball. Butcher ready with the next. Swinging a pop fly on the infield. Tarrant at short calls for it. She makes the catch. Inning comes to a close, but 2 more runs come across for Roxana. It's a game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Collinsville up by 1 now, 8-7. Middle of the order coming up for Collinsville here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Kahoks only lead by 1 now. They had an 8-2 lead at one point. Roxana has put together 5 runs in the last 2 innings. And here is Sam Breakbill to lead things off. Breakbill grounded out in the first, singled and scored in the third. It'll be Breakbill, Marsala, and Martinez here in the home half of the 5th, facing Phoebe Boer. There's a pitch in the dirt. 2-0 the count to Breakbill. We have another one scheduled for you that was supposed to start at noon. I don't think that's going to happen, as it is already 25 minutes till noon. Here's a foul ball down the third base side. Breakbill steps back in with the count in her favor, 2-1. Boer ready to go. Swinging a bouncing ball right into the glove of the diving shortstop. Stallhut throws, but not in time, as Breakbill is on at first base despite a spectacular effort at shortstop by Abby Stallhut. 9th base hit on the afternoon now for Collinsville. That matches the 9 base hits for Roxana. Breakbill is going to receive a courtesy runner As out comes Adriana Hall.
And running at first base, number 24, Adriana Hall.
And it'll bring up Belle Marsala.
For the Kahoks,
Marsala.
and Belle Marsala.
1 for 2 on the afternoon with a strikeout, a single, and a run scored. Runner on first base, no one out here in the 5th inning. Boer ready to bring it to Marsala. There it is. Swinging a little fly ball right into the glove of Scroggins in left field. And quickly, 1 pitch to Marsala equals 1 out.
Now batting second baseman, number 6, Heather Martinez.
Here's Heather Martinez. Martinez has singled and walked, and she scored both times that she has ran the bases today. Adriana Hall over at first base. Courtesy runner for Sam Brakebill. Boer ready to go to Martinez. Swinging a high fly ball. Scroggins tracks it and then tracks it too far. She ran too far in. The ball goes over her head. Bounces into the outfield. Here's a play at third base. Safe. That ball gets away, but everyone's going to stay put now as Adriana Hall makes her way all the way over to third base. Heather Martinez on at second. We'll call it a single. Never did really touch the glove of Scroggins, but she over-pursued that ball. She had plenty of time to make the adjustment, run underneath it, and make the catch, but she overran it and then had to backtrack. By then it was too late. That ball ended up over her head, and Reagan Stallhut, being aware, did a nice job of backing up Scroggins in left field and got that ball in before Collinsville could send him up one more bag. Abigail Crane will come in and bat for Hindall as Collinsville has runners on second and third and 1 out. Crane batting 125 on the year in limited varsity action. First pitch is a strike. Kahawks on second and third, 1 out. Here's the next. Swinging a base hit. This one's going to fall down right in the right center field gap, and that is going to score both of the Kahawk runners as Hall, the courtesy runner, comes in for Brakebill at third, and Heather Martinez scores from second, and it is a 2 RBI single by Abby Crane.
Now batting left fielder number 23, Hannah Scrum.
10-7 in favor of Collinsville, and here comes Hannah Scrum with a runner on first and 1 out, and a pitch way high. Ball 1. Scrum has 2 singles and 2 runs batted in here in this game, and she's also scored a run. So 2 for 2. For Scrum, there's a little excuse me, I'm going to swing and run at the same time hit. And just as Palin was breaking to cover first base, she had to retreat and could not reach that ball hit by Scrum, and Scrum is now 3 for 3 on the afternoon as Crane makes it all the way to third on the play. And back to the top of the order, Liz Sauer comes up to the plate. Already 4 base hits here in this inning. All 4 singles. Collinsville with runners on the corners. And Liz Sauer to the plate. Swinging a shot right back to where it came from that glanced off of the body of Boer, but it couldn't slow down enough for Palin to get there in time to make an out. So Crane comes in to score. Down to second is Hannah Scrum, and Sauer is on at first with an RBI single.
RJ Simpson.
Told you, when these two teams get together, man, there's lots of runs. Here is RJ Simpson swinging and fouling down the third base line. Simpson had a 2-run home run back in the second inning. She struck out last inning, but the ball was dropped by Klaus behind the plate. She made it to first, but then was thrown out stealing second. Reached on an error and scored in the first. That ball bounces in the dirt and gets away. Everybody moves up. Scrum down to third. Sauer down to second. Still only one out, so R.J. Simpson with a chance to add on to her RBI total, which right now is at 21 after that 2-run home run in the second. Next pitch to Simpson. A little low. Ball 2, 2-1. Simpson awaits the next from Boer. Here it is. Swing and a miss. That'll even the count at 2-2. As Maddie Lautz is back in the on-deck circle here for Collinsville instead of Kendra Butcher. Right now, it's up to R.J. Simpson. One out, runners on second and third. Here's the 2-2 and a little, bunt. And Boer's going to throw over to first base, but not in time. As Scrum scores from third on the play. Simpson has another RBI and another hit as Sauer moved down to third on that play. And now Maddie Lautz will come back in and bat for Kendra Butcher. Butcher's lone plate appearance resulted in a strikeout. Lautz, in her first 2 plate appearances, grounded out both times. One was a ball that was just kind of stuck in the dirt and was spinning around there in front of home plate for a while that Klaus picked up and threw Lautz on. The other one was a ground out to Abby Stallhut at short. So Collinsville again with runners on first and third. Lautz swings at the first pitch and fouls it down the third baseline. So what was a 1-run game just a little while ago is now a 5-run contest. Collinsville up 12-7. Maddie Lautz is the 8th player to bat here in this inning. Still only one out. Next pitch to Lautz, high. Ball 1, 1-1. Riley Doyle waits on deck. If she makes it to the plate, we'll have 9 batters at the very least here in this inning. Next pitch to Lautz, swinging a bouncing ball. Stallhut ranges and did not make the throw over to first as Lautz was going to beat that out anyway. So now the bases are loaded. Sauer at third, Simpson at second. Lautz is at first, and here comes Riley Doyle. Doyle could do some damage here. Doyle singled in a run in the first inning. After that, 2 pop-ups, one to the third baseman Stangler, the other to the first baseman Pickett. Squaring around to bunt, that hit her after she made contact with the bat, but before she was out of the batter's box, so strike 1. 1 out, bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th, Collinsville up 13-7. Swing and a miss by Doyle. Runners on second and third. 2 strikes against. Well, now the bases are loaded. Doyle hit by the pitch.
Now back for the Kahoks, number 24, Adriana Hall.
Adriana Hall will come in now and bat for Sam Breakbill. Oh, sorry. Looks like Sam Breakbill is going to bat for herself. Right. Hall came in as a courtesy runner to start the inning, which started with Sam Breakbill and her base hit. So Breakbill up for the second time here in this 5th inning. Up high. Ball one. 1-0. I cannot believe we're in the 5th inning. This has been the longest 5 innings. We've been almost at this for 2 hours, and we're all in the 5th. Boer ready with the next. Outside. Ball 2. 2-0. Bases full of Kahawks. Only 1 out. 13-7 our score. Pitch and a blooper that's going to fall over the head of Palin at second and right in front of Poor at right field, and 2 runs are going to score off of that little Texas League blooper hit there by Sam Brakebill. Belmar Sala due up as Adriana Hall will come in and run once again for Brakebill.
Third baseman Belmar Sala.
Riley Doyle ends up at second base, so first and second, still only 1 out. 7 runs home here in this 5th inning. Strike called to Belmar Sala. Marsala 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. Next pitch, right back to the pitcher, and it knocks the glove off of Boer, and everyone's going to be safe. Doyle down to third, Hall down to second, Marsala on at first.
Second baseman Heather Martinez.
9 hits here in this inning for Collinsville. Here comes Heather Martinez. Martinez has scored 3 runs here today. Singleton scored in the second, walked and scored in the third, and Singleton scored in the 5th. First pitch misses, ball 1. Bases full of Kahawks once again. Still only 1 out. 15-7. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Right back to the screen. Heather Martinez was all over that pitch. Boer ready with the next bouncing ball to Stallhut, and she gets ran into by the runner. Yep. So trying to advance to third on the play was Adriana Hall. She is out for running into Abby Stallhut. That becomes out number 2. Everybody else just moves up a bag.
And now batting number 10, Riley Hindall.
So Heather Martinez on at first. Down to second is Marsala. And Riley Hindall comes back into the game. Abigail Crane had the 1 single that accounted for 2 more runs batted in the 5th and came around to score. That was in this inning. And a swing and a miss by Hindall. As we have Kahawks all over the bases once again. Hindall looks at the 1-1 low. 2-1. Hindall awaits the next from Boer. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ooh, just missed. 3-1. Hindall is the 13th batter here in this inning. Here's the next pitch. That's ball 4. That's going to walk in a run. Hindall gets an easy RBI walk. And
left fielder number 23, Hannah Scrum.
One more run here that comes across in this inning, and this game will be over. Bases loaded. Hindall is at first. Martinez is at second. Marsala is at third. Here is Hannah Scrum. Scrum 3 for 3 on the afternoon. 3 singles, 2 runs batted in, and she has scored twice as well, including once in this inning. There's a swinging, running attempt at a base hit that went foul down the first base line. (16-7). Scrum swings and grounds it to the second baseman, and in time over to first base. Palin to pick it, and the inning comes to a close. But Collinsville sends 8 runners across home plate, and now the Kahoks lead 16-7. Let's thank Pack Mail. They are locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, P.O. boxes, and climate-controlled self-storage. You can visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com, or you can call 346-4884. Maddie Louts back out into the pitcher's circle. She'll take the place of Kendra Butcher, who took the place of Louts after 3 1/3 innings. So Butcher in there for 1 2/3 of an inning and gave up 4 runs while she was out there. Only half of those were earned runs after an error by Tarrant at shortstop. And it'll be Letty Palin to lead things off here for Roxana. Against Maddie Louts, swinging a pop fly, back and out of play. That is not Letty Palin. That is Summer Floyd. Floyd on the year batting .385. 2 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Floyd. Louts ready with the next, swinging a foul ball back to the screen. Abby Stallhut waits on deck. Phoebe Boer in the hole. A little high with the next from Louts to Floyd. 2-2. Louts ready. A little pop fly foul, and Doyle could not get there in time. Louts ready with the next. Here it is, swinging a shot down the first base line, but foul. Floyd digs back in. 2-2 count. Lout's ready. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Floyd. 1 out. 6th strikeout on the afternoon or the morning, or we're almost at afternoon anyway, for Maddie Loutz after she had 5 in her first 3 1/3 innings worked. Here is Abby Stallhut. Stallhut knocked in a couple of runs in that 3-run 4th inning. Before that, she reached on a fielder's choice and scored back in the 3rd. She struck out against Maddie Loutz in the 1st. High fly ball. This one is going to be out of play. Adriana Hall into the game defensively, out in right field for Collinsville. Loutz is ready. Next pitch to Stallhut, high and outside. Next one from Loutz to Stallhut on the way, and a chance for Tarrant over to first base, out number 2. That'll bring up Phoebe Boer. Boer 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Strikeout and 2 ground outs to Tarrant in both the 3rd and the 4th innings. Loutz ready, outside and high. Ball 1. Beautiful day. A little on the warm side. Warm and muggy and humid. A little early for all that weather this time of year, but considering the very cold and wet April we went through, we'll take it. Supposed to be a high of 89 today, 93 tomorrow, 91 on Monday. Then things will settle down. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, supposed to be back into the lower 80s. That pitch misses in the dirt. 3 straight out of the strike zone here to Phoebe Boer with Olivia Stangler waiting on deck. Neither team has recorded a 1-2-3 inning here this afternoon. Loutz trying to do that here. We're in the top of the 6th. Collinsville is up 16-7. Stride called on the outside corner. Collinsville plated 8 runs in the 5th inning. If they could have plated just 1 more, this game would have already been over. 10-run rule in the bottom of the 5th. So we hold them here with 2 outs and a full count against Boer. And then we can lead off the next inning with Liz Sauer hitting a solo home run to end it, right? But not before we have a walk to Boer.
Number 2, Olivia Stangler.
3rd walk issued today by Loutz. And here comes Olivia Stangler. Stangler, 3 for 3 on the afternoon, 2 singles and a 2 RBI double back in the 3rd. First pitch misses, ball 1. Loutz ready with the next. Swing and a base hit. 1 bouncer in front of Hannah Scrum out in left field. And after the first 2 were recorded as outs, the next 2 have reached base. 10th base hit on the day for Roxana. We'll bring in Reagan Stallhut. Reagan has 2 singles. Sandwiched in between those, a strikeout. Her single in the 5th knocked in a run. One more out to get here before you move to the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd. Strike on the outside corner to Reagan Stallhut. Loutz ready. Swing and a miss. One more strike to get out of this inning. Louts brings the 0-2 and a foul back to the screen. And another 0-2 on the way in the dirt. Nice stop by Doyle behind the plate, keeping everybody right where they are. Louts, swing and a miss, and down on strikes is Reagan Stallhut. We head now to the bottom of the 6th. Collinsville, all they need is one run, and we can end this game here as the Kahawks lead 16-7. Let's thank the Junior Service Club of Collinsville. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects to help the needy in Collinsville. The Junior Service Club has a new website they want to tell you about. They want you to check it out. You can find it at CollinsvilleJSC.com. That's CollinsvilleJSC.com. You can also check out the Collinsville Junior Service Club's Facebook page for information on any events they may have coming up. Liz Sauer will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th for Collinsville. One solo home run would send us all into the break in between games. New pitcher for the Shells, and that one is in the dirt as Letty Palin comes in from her spot at second base. Haley Petrokovic comes into play second. Strike called into Liz Sauer will even the count at 1-1. Sauer swings and fouls it back to the screen. Elizabeth Sauer has a 2 RBI triple to her credit back in the 2nd, and a 1 RBI single in the 5th. So 3 runs batted in for Liz Sauer today. She's also scored 2 runs. In between all that, she's grounded out to Abby Stallhut at short twice. Off-speed pitch stays high. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Liz Sauer. First strikeout, obviously, for Palin. Palin on the year. This is her 4th appearance. Only pitched in 4 innings and has a 7.00 earned run average. High fly ball off of the bat of R.J. Simpson, but right to center fielder Reagan Stallhut. And quickly there are 2 away. That'll bring up Maddie Louts Palin, coming into this game, had 1 strikeout and 1 walk, so now she has 2 strikeouts. As Maddie Louts singled and scored in the 5th. Grounded out in both the 2nd and 1st. Swinging a shot down the 3rd baseline. That's foul. That's going to go for extra, fair. That's going to go for extra bases as Maddie is in standing up with a 2-out double. 13th hit on the afternoon here for Collinsville.
Catcher, number 26, Riley Doyle.
And the game-ending run is at second base. And Riley Doyle with a nice base hit could end this game.
There's runner number 5, Natalie Becker.
Natalie Becker comes in to run for Maddie Louts. Doyle singled in a run in the 1st inning, was hit by a pitch and came around to score in that 5th. Here's a fly ball that is going to be caught by Scroggins out in left field. So kind of a quick inning despite the double by Louts. We head now to the 7th. Collinsville still out front, 16-7. Let's thank Mike and Nancy Cluck. They are proud graduates of Collinsville High School, and now they are proud owners of their very own Allstate Insurance Agency. It's called the Cluck Family Allstate Agency. It's in Glen Carbon, right across the street from the IHOP there on 159. For a free quote, you can give them a call at 205-6060. You can also check out their Allstate Agency website or their Facebook page to connect with them today. Ariel Turner-Miller will come in and bat for Scroggins. Turner-Miller will get her first plate appearance today. She'll do so against Maddie Louts. And Turner-Miller is batting 125 on the year with a couple of runs batted in. First pitch, strike called. 3 outs away from securing this first game victory here in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Turner-Miller bats, not sure who's going to bat after her. Strike 2. Stephanie Camp is on the score sheet, but trying to get a look at the number. And that is Shaylin Poor. That is in the on-deck circle. And now Turner-Miller gets hit by the pitch and will take her spot down at first base. Shaylin Poor has been playing right field all day, but now she will get a chance to bat.
Now batting right fielder, Shaylin Poor.
Poor, batting 200 on the year with a couple of runs batted in. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Sure looks like there's a few rain clouds around the area. Didn't hear anything about any rain chances today. A couple of dark ones looming and a foul straight back to the Roxana dugout. 0-2 the count to Shaylin Poor. Next pitch, swinging another foul back to the screen. Haley Petrokovich waits on deck. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Poor. Throw down to first base. Not in time to get Turner Miller. So 1 out. Petro comes up. Petrokovich.
17, Haley Petrokovich.
And for Petrokovich, she's batting 128 on the year with 4 runs batted in. First one misses. Next one, swing and a line drive, caught by Heather Martinez. She gives to Simpson, and that catches Turner Miller off the bag, and that, folks, is the game. 16-7 is our final score. We will call it a game right here, and we'll come back a little bit later for game number 2. We'll kind of break down what happened here in game number 1 as we get you set for game number 2. So the final score here in this one, Collinsville wins 16-7. We're back in just a little bit with game 2 coming up in just about 20 minutes or so on the Kahok Sports Network.